speaking of paying prostitutes with a personal check, Jerry Springer's dead.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did he do that?
Yeah, you don't remember?
No.
He was the governor of.
I was never really into his show.
He was the governor of Ohio or Cincinnati, something like that. Anyways, he was in politics before he did his show, and he banged some prostitute, and he paid her with a personal check. So back when he was like,
he wrote Jerry Springer at the bottom.
Dude, it said Jerry Springer, and it was like, "Love you, babe, Jerry Springer, governor of Ohio." Yeah, you know what I mean.
There was a Polaroid photo attached to it.
Yeah,
with him.
except with him with her. His dick fell out.
She's sucking a tip.
But so he does this, and it was a big scandal, and he turned that scandal. He's like, "Listen, I'm a wild guy. I do things," and that's how he turned it into daytime weird talk shows. You know, believe it or not, I got a little story about him. You mind if I tell?
I would love to hear this.
So
I don't know what this is yet.
So at our restaurant, they had a show upstairs because it's Vegas, and they had one of the shows upstairs, and it was Wheel of Fortune, and it was Celebrity Wheel of Fortune. So they had Joey Fatone, and he was hosting it. Well, when we got Jerry Springer would come into the restaurant every day, and he would read his book, and he would have lunch.
His own book?
Exactly. So
no, I mean like his, like, did he
no,
God,
no.
He wrote a book, and then his
some
face.
Stupid like Dean Koontz or some shitty book, some shitty generic book that he got from Borders for like $14.99 the day before. It was awful. Some paperback.
When I'm rich and famous, I'm gonna write a book, and I'm just gonna
read it
everywhere I go. The most pompous, arrogant thing a human being could possibly do.
I could not love it more to have my face on the back, right, like this. And
you're in a sweater,
yeah, and then bring it down and go, "Hello." Oh, that'd be wonderful.
You'd be the biggest piece of garbage.
Winning it, dude. Dude, and the title of the book's like "Being Great," or like greatness and
how to be great,
the burden of greatness and how to deal with it, and you just bring it down.
Mine says "Tortured Genius." We each have one, and we're sitting next to each other.
Yes, to be great in a world of lesser men. You just bring the book down and you go, "I'm sorry, did you want an autograph or something stupid?"
Oh my God.
Oh, that'd be so funny, dude.
But, the burden of greatness.
Dude, that'd be so funny. Dude, I just keep picturing my face just, yes.
You have a scarf on all the time, just pretentious nonsense.
But I mean, all right, no. So it's Jerry Springer. So he would hit on all the waitresses that we have there. And by the way, listen, you're going to see how far this dude fell if you've ever been into our restaurant. So anyways, he got two of them. He got Nicolette and Amanda, Bruno's baby mom. Remember I told you the original Amanda?
Yes.
And he gave them tickets, and obviously he wanted something from them. Nicolette couldn't go, so me and Amanda were working the other day. She's like, come. She's like, we should go. I'm like, all right, cool. So me and Amanda wind up going, and we're sitting, and like, I knew it was a problem right when we walked in. We go in and we see the seatings, and then we see the VIP tables up front. I was like, wonder what you got to sit there. And then she goes, "Oh, we're here." And she points mid audience, like the booth in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
Like the main booth of the place. And I'm like,
There's no way.
Yeah. And I go, "Who was supposed to go with you?" She's like, "Nicolette." I'm like, "You guys are supposed to be sleeping with him after the show. You're getting this, right?" And it was just,
I see.
Dude, and she looked at me like, "What?" And it all started kind of like dawning on her, right? So I'm like, "Oh no." So we go and we sit in the booth, and I'm sitting there, right? Jerry comes out and he's doing his opening, and he walks right up to us and he looks at me and goes, and then begins the show, right? Dude, so I swear to God on everything, right? I look at her and I look at everybody, and I was like, did anybody just see that? Like, am I crazy, right? So I'm like, dude, he just dogged the shit out of me, right? So he does, and then he, like a professional, like this beautiful professional he is, he comes up and he puts on a great show, right? Wheel of Fortune people are running up, they're doing yodelay, doing all that stuff, spinning the big wheel, right? So then afterwards, I find out that we got a meet and greet. So we like walk up, we're waiting in line and stuff like that, but we got this real short line because it's like the VIP section, right? Yeah. So Jerry comes up and he walks past the people that were in front of us and greets us, right? He goes, "Amanda." And he puts his hands right above her ass.
Oh, the small of the back? The creep touch.
Yeah, dude. So
classic creep move, by the way.
He brings her in
classic
real close,
Vegas creep.
Right? And he goes, right? Dude, and I'm sitting there like,
He starts taking his checkbook out.
Yeah, he reaches for his checkbook. It's already drawn out.
He's got a stamp, Jerry Springer.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there, right? I'm like as uncomfortable as I could possibly, right? So he finally latches his like tentacles off of her and he lets her go. And he looks at me, right? And I stick my hand out and he goes, "How you doing, bub?" B-U-B, bub, right? And I don't get a handshake. I go, "Hey,
I'm
Jerry."
like, what, no check?
Yeah, dude, right? So I look at Jerry and I swear to God, this is the one little correspondence that I had with Jerry. I look at him and I go, I want to let him know, like, listen, man, I get it. I understand you weren't expecting to see me. I get it. Like, I understand. I'm not trying to like burst your bubble, dude. I didn't know neither, right? So I look at him and I go, "Jerry," I go, "Hey, man," I go, "Dude, I'm such a fan." I said, "I used to ditch school every day and watch your show every day," right?
You're a great role model,
Yeah.
Jerry.
He looks me dead in the face. He goes, "I'm glad that worked out for you."
Wow.
Turns to the people in front of us and starts talking to them.
Now I'm famous for beating the shit out of Jerry Springer in front of everybody.
So, like, in my mind, all I have to say to that is, listen, man, like, I know he did me wrong, but pancreatic cancer, see you, Jerry. No, I'm just joking. No,
Father Time.
Yeah,
Father Time got him for
yeah,
you.
Exactly.
It's like Almost Heroes. The ravages of time.
Yeah, but the ravages of time will always do it. Revenge is sweet, sir. Bidwell. Nobody's seen that movie. No, remember,
Oh, God.
nobody's
We're
seen
making
that.
references that are just isolating
Dude,
everybody.
even the audience right now is like, what the
Watch
fuck is
Almost Heroes. It's gold.
It was Chris Farley's last movie.